This is OCR Level 2, in sport learning objective 4. So in this video, we're looking at policies and initiatives. So one thing you'll need to know is what the WADA stand for, which we mentioned in our previous videos. Okay, and their job is to enforce drugs policies, make sure they know what illegal, so the national governing body will link up with these people, the WADA, the national governing body will link up and say, okay, what are the most current illegal drugs that we can tell our performers definitely can't have, or definitely shouldn't be taken, or how are we going to regulate it? So they'll link up together. So it's their policy to follow the anti-doping agency, okay, to make sure there is no grey areas. Okay, for example, too much caffeine could be classed. What's the line that they can take? And so they'll try and include them on any initiatives or any policies that have. We looked earlier on the video before, and it talked about fines in place or drug taken in place. The national governing body will follow them and implement that with them. And then we look at that word initiatives, that we mentioned a few times. So national governing body might bring in new initiatives to help eliminate something from sport or help promote something from sport. For example, we have done something like they're trying to eliminate, is they brought in the Respect the Ref campaign, or the Respect campaign. And it's brought in by the FA, the Football Association, because they realised there was an issue on the sidelines from spectators, from players, of a lack of respect for the officials, be it a linesman, a referee, or fourth official. And actually, that's not in their fair play or in the good sporting etiquette. So the national government will say, actually, we need to raise the profile of this and make sure at elite level, all the way down to foundation level, that people are respecting the referees. Another one might be kicking the racism out of football. So they'll support each other, they'll put money into advertisement, they'll make sure, they'll change rules, so they might say, right, at the start of each game, you're going to shake each player's hand and the referee's hand, because it might be respecting other players as well. So that might be an initiative, and they might bring that for a year, and then review it and see, actually, has it made an impact? And again, it's all about mass participation and building in the mass participation within the community. So, say it's the RFU, might say, actually, we need to link in with the community to raise the profile of rugby. So we're going to help them provide new facilities. We're going to pay for some fees. And then they might say, actually, what facilities are around? What can we use the current facilities? Actually, if there's a local beach, why have we not started a beach football league, a beach football tournament? So they might create initiatives to boost that particular sport. Another area is safeguarding. So again, along with the qualifications, particularly along with the qualifications, we're looking at safeguarding. So safeguarding is identifying mistreatment of others. And along with the qualifications, you might be in each club, and a national governing body's job will be to make sure that all the coaches are safeguarding their children, that their students that are in care of, the vulnerable adults that they're in charge of. So it's making sure that training is up to date. So the RFU, to make sure that if there's any changes, or anything that's going on in the club, they know how to sort of report, what to look for, to record, and give further guidance. They don't want you to go into masses of details, but they might say, oh, this is how I want you to do it. I want you to, if anything happens on the rugby pitch or you identify anything, this is what I want you to do. Make sure you write it down and record it. And then the reporting process, who they need to report it to. And also what are they looking out for? So when they're doing a training session, if you see some change of personality in one of your players, you might say, actually, that something doesn't sit right with him. What's wrong? What's going on? Is there something on in the background? Might be nothing, but you might then go to get some further guidance from someone a bit higher up in the club. So it's making sure all vulnerable adults and children are safe. So safeguarding means making sure you keep yourself safe, so that you're in a safe place and you're not going to get any accusations towards you through the national governing body's coaching qualifications, and that all the people in your care are safe. Last area we're going to look at is funding. It's quite a broad area. So you've got to think about, maybe the national governing body needs to get money to run. They're not a profitable company, but they need to make money to give new facilities, to help fund new facilities, to work with professional clubs to raise the profile of elite players, to provide kit, merchandise. So there's a couple of different ways. There's about 8 different ways that they gain money. Through membership fees, so when you a signing on fee, so when you sign on to a local club, you might have to pay £80 to join that club. That's not because they want to charge you, it's because they're trying to generate money to look after the infrastructure of that sport and the running of that league and the discipline system of that league. So someone's got to oversee it. So it's going to pay for someone's job within that area. They might go to the lottery. So lottery often give a so-called a lottery grant. So part of the national lottery is to actually link up with the national governing body and give them money to help build sport. It can be through sponsorship, so big sponsorship deals, particularly with the national team, so what advertisement are put in place. So they might say, we need to get some higher profile sponsors to sponsor us. We're quite happy to have their branding across our merchandise, our training kit, around the stadiums. And you've got admission fees, so entry charges. So when you go to watch the England game, you'll be charged £80, or recently England New Zealand the minimum was £120. So that money generated remember we're talking about national particularly, okay, will get put into the national governing body, as well as the infrastructure, the day-to-day run-ins of the event. So you think that's got to pay for the catering people, that's got to pay for the officials, it's got to pay for transport for the national team. So the national governing body needs to provide merchandise. You might have match subs or per game. So at a lower level, they might say actually it's £5 to play, because you've got to pay for the referee, you've got to pay for the linesman. So that money will go to the national governing body. The national governor will then pay the officials. You can apply for something called a grant. So a little bit like the lottery, you might go to the Football Foundation, who raise money and then will help build new facilities. So you put a bid to them and say, actually, we want to build a new Astro. You might go to Football Foundation, they might match your money or give you a percentage towards it. And obviously, the national government do fundraising events as well to bring money into the FA, into the RFU, into the England Cricket Board, into the Lawn Tennis Association. So that's how they are funded and how they fund other initiatives or national teams.